Republicans face growing pressure to call witnesses in the president's impeachment trial after reports of explosive allegations from former National Security Advisor John Bolton in his upcoming book. Some in the GOP who had expressed their openness to calling witnesses are now doubling down on that view, while others still appear to be very unmoved. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill with more on this story. Nancy, realistically, what are the chances you think that John Bolton will, in fact, testify?
Well, Gayle, if you just look at the math, we're now just one senator away from having the votes that Democrats need in order to bring Bolton in to testify. They've got 3 Republicans. They're looking for 1 more. This Bolton firestorm ignited a huge controversy here on Capitol Hill right in the middle of the trial, but it went largely unmentioned by the president's defense team.
There was cause to raise the issue about the Bidens and Burisma.
The president's legal team focused its defense yesterday on presidential candidate Joe Biden.
After Vice President Biden was made U.S. point man for Ukraine, his son, Hunter Biden, ends up on the board of Burisma.
It wasn't until the final hour of arguments that John Bolton's name even came up.
Nothing in the Bolton revelations, even if true, would rise to the level of an abuse of power or an impeachable offense.
According to the New York Times, Bolton, in his upcoming book, says that President Trump directly conditioned military aid to Ukraine on an investigation into the Bidens. And while some Republicans shrugged that revelation off,
I think it's going to vindicate the president.
Democrats say the information Bolton has is more crucial than ever.
First-hand knowledge mandates that we hear from him.
And they just need 4 Republicans to side with them. 3 Republicans have already said they're open to it, including Utah Senator Mitt Romney.
I think it's increasingly likely that other Republicans will join those of us who think we should hear from John Bolton.
On Monday, President Trump denied Bolton's claims.
I can tell you nothing was ever said to John Bolton, but I have not seen a manuscript.
And some of his defenders warned that a vote against the president could be costly.
Do you think Republican senators face political repercussions if they break with the president?
Yeah, I do. I mean, listen, I don't want to speak for my Senate colleagues, but there are always political repercussions for every vote you take. There is no vote that is higher profile than this.
Sources tell us some Senate Republicans are angry that the White House had this Bolton manuscript for weeks and never said anything about it to them. Even leader Mitch McConnell himself was blindsided. One Senate Republican, Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania, is now trying to pitch his GOP colleagues on a 1-for-1 swap where Republicans would get a witness they want to hear from in exchange for Democrats getting one of theirs, ostensibly Bolton. Anthony?
Very interesting, Nancy. Thank you. Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill.